Welcome back to a brand new video on the Blues Focus YouTube channel. My name is Ben and I'm new to the family, and today we're going to be discussing the transfer window so far. It hasn't been the most active of transfer windows as of yet, but the start of the window was taken up by, of course, the manager hunt, and then there are a few rumours for incomings and especially a big outgoing. So we're going to discuss all of that today and then look at what we expect for the rest of the transfer window, especially under Tony Mowbray. So obviously the start of the transfer window was taken up because of the sacking of Wayne Rooney. So everyone saw this coming, but it was a shock that it was right at the start of the transfer window for me personally, because I thought they were going to give him the transfer window. So yeah, when you take Potter and Cooper out of the question, they were always a bit too high to reach. Tony Mowbray, he is probably the best manager that we could have got at this point, and he is a proven championship machine. Every team he's been at, he's been fighting for the playoffs consistently. He has over 40% win rate in the championship. We couldn't have asked for a better manager at this point, just to try and steady the ship a little bit, give us some excitement, and then also push on for the next 2 years. Along with his amazing win record in the championship and playoff contenders, he's also producing some really good young talent, and we've seen that at every club he's been at over the past 20 years. He loves to develop and even transfer in young players, so that could be really exciting for us in either January or the summer transfer window, whether we start developing our own players or we bring in some young talent for the future. And obviously this video is about the transfer window, and Tony Mowbray has already expressed himself the importance of the manager having a say in the transfers, and we haven't always seen this in the past, and even him himself has said at other clubs he weren't always involved in every transfer, and I think this must line up perfectly with what he wants and what our owners want. So I think now we're seeing that connection. Tony Mowbray is going to build a squad that he thinks will challenge for the top end of the table. We've got to aim for that now. We've got to aim for that, especially in the summer. He said it's going to be a bit of a tight budget in January, but the summer we're looking to go big. So just after the Rooney sacking at the start of the transfer window, the biggest story was, of course, Jordan James, and he's probably the biggest story still of the transfer window. So under Wayne Rooney, Jordan James was in the team on a consistent basis. He was able to show the Blues fans what a young talent he is, and he's always shown it for Wales, but he's been a bit hit and miss in and out of the Blues team, especially under Eustace. Even Eustace never used to play him. But under Rooney, he seemed to have a consistent run of games. He was probably our best player under Rooney, to be honest. And yeah, the interest was always going to come for a young talent such as him, 19 years old. So it is for Atalanta from Syria. I've put in numerous bids for Jordan James, and the last one was apparently accepted and personal terms have been agreed. It was about €5 million, so about 4.2 million pounds. And I just think for a 19-year-old with such great talent, we have got to be trying to keep hold of him. But I think even Tony Mowbray, when he was asked about it, he agreed. If we need that money in order to strengthen our whole squad in January or the summer, then it has to be done. And at the end of the day, if Jordan James as well wants to leave, there's no point keeping him at the football club. At the end of the day, it could work out both ways. If we keep him, great, we can build the squad around him, and he can probably be our best player going forward for the future. But then again, we've got to look and be realistic. He's probably our only asset worth selling, and if we're going to need some money into the club in January in order to spend, this might be the only option. Or even for the summer, I don't know what the financial fair play is like at the moment. So another report that come out just before the Mowbray appointment was the duo from Derby, Max Bird and Aaron Cashin. This was incomings. So by this point, it was pretty much certain that Mowbray was going to be taken over, but it weren't publicly announced yet. But apparently he was the one that actually likes this pair, this duo. And we've seen it when we had Rooney. We were often linked with, former or current Derby players for that connection. And I don't know, seeing this rumour was a bit strange, but if Mowbray likes the pair, and we've seen what they can do, they are they are good talents, you know, both of them. So another good thing to note about the pair is that it's two positions that we will definitely be looking for, if not in January, definitely this summer. I think it's very important with this attacking style of play to have that someone in the middle that can transition the defence to the attack. And, you know, whether that means dropping one of our, like Bakuna, James, back into that too with Sunjic, but then I think we're going to be left open. So I think it will be a signing that we'll be looking for in January, especially in the summer. So I think the defence speaks for itself. You know, we have been shipping goals, you know, before MOWBRAY and now the first game under MOWBRAY, we conceded 2. I think the pace of our back line is what's killing us. And I think it's going to be an important position to bolster in January or if not the summer. And talking about centre-backs, another interesting story is that Nico Gordon has come back from his loan spell at Rumours, which was definitely, you can say, unsuccessful. He played one game and got sent off for them. And I don't know what went wrong, because the few games that I've seen him for Blues, I thought he looks like a great centre-back. You know, he needed to tweak a few things, but I thought when he gets a loan spell under him, I thought he was going to go on to the next level, but this one hasn't worked out, and I can't see him really playing for us until he gets another loan spell and actually performs. So talking about youngsters, we're also sending out Brandon Keller out on loan to Ross County for the rest of the season, and I think this is a great move for him. He weren't going to get into the squad, but it's great, and hopefully he'll get some game time over in the Scottish Premiership and show what he can do. That could be great for next year's and the coming future. So obviously we all know the connection between MOWBRAY and Diallo. You know, what they did at Sunderland was absolutely amazing. He was probably one of the championship players of the season. So yeah, Diallo's currently still at Man United, and to be honest, I think he will be loaned out in January, and hopefully MOWBRAY can play a big part in that. And getting a player of that quality on loan for the rest of the season or permanently next year in the summer, that would just take us to the next level. It would definitely secure us safety, I'm sure of that. And hopefully he'll enjoy his time with MOWBRAY and actually want to stay. I'm going to butcher his name, but another person that we've been linked with is Halil Dervishoglu. Don't know if that's right, but yeah. He currently plays for Galatasaray. He's had 2 loan spells there, and he's currently permanent at Galatasaray, and he's never really been a prolific forward, not even a consistent run in the team. He was at loan at Burnley last year and scoring just 1 goal in 8 appearances. So I'm not sure what this is. I've never actually watched him play. I can't remember watching him at Burnley last year. So I'm not sure what type of forward he is or if he would even improve our team at the current state. We do need a striker, but you know, everyone wants a 20-30 goal a season striker, and if we do get a forward, it needs to be a proven championship forward. So just before we end the video, I'm going to call out every player out of contract in the summer. We've got Neil Etheridge, John Ruddy, Zach Jacob, Mark Roberts, Kevin Long, Nico Gordon, Marcel Oakley, Sunjic, Gardner, Kesh Anderson, Scott Hogan, Lucas Djukovic, and then obviously the loanees. So that's like 16 names that will be going in the summer. So obviously I expect maybe a few of them to get maybe a 1 year, 2 year, 3 year deal, but you know, that's a lot of players. But I think this stresses the importance of the type of positions that we need. You know, you look there, all our goalkeepers are out of contract, and, you know, they've not necessarily been playing too well. You know, you've seen Etheridge make a mistake against Hull in the Cup. And then we've also seen John Ruddy not been performing under Rooney. You know, it's a difficult position that we're in, and I think a goalkeeper must definitely be looked at in January, and we definitely need a new goalkeeper in the summer. So then you come to the defence and you see, you know, the type of players that we've signed are very, very injury prone, you know, at left and right back, but if we keep them fit, they're perfect. So probably the pair of them in Lee Buchanan and Ethan Laird are probably the best championship fullbacks when they're on the day. And I think we just need to keep them fit. I mean, then we've also got decent backup for the rest of the season in Drama. And then we've also got Longello. You know, he's not the best defensively, but for backup, he's not the worst. And then the midfield has been a big talking point, especially after Swansea, because we've seen the transition and Bielik and Sunjic just... we didn't have that transition, and especially Sunjic is out of contract in the summer, and we all thought, to be honest, he was going to be gone. But this season, he's become a new player. You know, we've always known he's had a good work rate and he works hard for the team. He likes to put in challenges, but I think this season he's actually controlled it a bit better, you know, gaining possession. He's absolutely levelled up from when we've seen him before. So I think it'll be an interesting one to see whether we give him a new contract or decide to get rid of him. It's a difficult one with Sunjic, but I think he does deserve it with how he's played. And if not, we definitely need a centre mid beside him, because we need someone that will sit back, because, you know, Sunjic will run and press and do all the hard work, and then we need someone to sit back who will make that transition. And obviously, talking about forwards, to be honest, we have got some decent forwards and we have got some decent backup for them, especially when everyone's fit. Against Swansea, we didn't even get to see Keshi Anderson, Ronald Donovan. We have some good forwards. And, it's easy to say that we need a striker, especially if Stansfield goes. But you got to think, everyone in the Championships wants a 20, 30 goal a season striker. It's just going to be impossible, especially to sign one in January, under our restrictions at the moment with financial fair play. But I do think, looking at the list, we are going to miss a big spine of our team. You think goalkeeper, centre-back, centre-mid, striker. And I think that is all the positions that we're going to need in the summer, definitely. But in January as well, because I really do think in the January transfer window, we've got to be looking at a goalkeeper, centre-back and centre-mid, just to try and solidify that defence. We've seen when the attack are on form, they get chances and they can score, especially if we've got Stansfield for the rest of the season as well. So I don't think we have to stress too much about going forward. I think the main priority in January is just trying to bolster up that defence and become more defensive resilient, really, because we've been shipping goals for fun. And the way Mowbray likes to play with his full-backs as well, dipping in, we're going to need some pace in midfield and defence to get back. So yeah, that's going to be the end of the video. So I've rambled on a bit about all the rumours, what we expect and the appointment of Tony Mowbray. But let me know in the comments all your thoughts and what you expect or what you want from this January transfer window. So yeah, I'll be back with another update when there's more rumours or if we've signed anyone or got rid of anyone. But for now, I'll see you later.